Now, isn't it a nice day to relax on the beach? UV10. I am wearing my beach fit right here. Look at those Jesus sandals. Super relaxed, but what in the world is all that racket? Oh, it's a plane. It's an Airbus A400M. It's everybody. Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video, we're going to talk about Denmark. You know, the truth is, World War III is scheduled to happen around next week or so, in around 6 to 7 days, which is why militaries around the world have been training for the worst case. Imagine the situation. The aliens attack a country and destroy, for example, the army air bases. Destroy the runways so that transport and jet aircraft cannot land there anymore. So it's time to find alternative air bases, which are a thing around the world, especially highways are used. Just recently we talked about the Swiss Air Force Alpha 1 exercise, where they flew their F-18s off the Swiss A1 highway system. Highway strips, road landing strips, are a thing worldwide. Like, genuinely, there's a lot. And they work quite well because they've got asphalt that's strong enough, and you can even have some taxiways. But everybody, the country of Denmark has a problem. They don't have roads, apparently. No, genuinely, unlike Sweden, this is the Swedish Air Force with a Saab airplane, I couldn't find a Denmarkian highway strip, which is a bit unusual for a country, and that might be because when you zoom in on their main highway systems, like for example the A45, it's really just a dual carriage motorway that isn't necessarily straight. Yeah, I don't want to be flying a C-130 here at all. Even if you're close to the capital city, Copenhagen, not really big roads, especially when you compare to what, for example, Taiwan has here. Look at this, they even have a runway number that can be temporarily placed on the road. But what does Denmark have a lot of? Well, it's bicycles and, everybody, beaches. Oh, well, coast. And something that they have that's very convenient is very wet, very sturdy, and especially quite wide beaches, which is why they have the so-called Romo Billstrand, which, as you can see, has the width to be able to fly airplanes here, especially on this relatively soaked up and sturdy parts. And that's what they thought as well, because this beach is one of the only beaches in the world where planes fly. Just this year, they had a military exercise. The Danish Air Force C-130 flew here, a Belgian A400M flew here, a German KC-130 flew here. The Swedish Air Force also flew there with one of the C-130s, and that got me wondering, this doesn't really happen anywhere, with maybe the exception of the Barra Airport in Scotland, whose runway is also on the beach. But the thing is, the planes that fly here are like Twin Otters, which weigh a lot of tons less. So let's take a look in the flight simulator. What is it like to fly an airplane off and on a beach, and what is the big disadvantages here? Because really, just one airplane type can fly here. It's A400M, C-130, that's it. Because flying a jet here would simply destroy it. Let's go full power on the 4 engines and see how well we can take off from here. Right. Come on, Airbus. You flew here in real life. This is not the longest runway, around 5,000 feet. And yeah, this plane accelerates quite quickly. It makes a lot of dust, a lot of it, and it cuts into the sand a little bit, and we really aren't gaining speed fast. Holy moly, go, go, go. Oh, I'm glad. Oh, right, there we go. The A400M really struggled here. Jesus. But yeah, it's just behind the fence we were able to take off. From an airport, that is a beach. And yeah, this is nice. At most beaches, you're not able to do this at all, because sand just can't bear the weight. At most beaches, you would just sink in. Let that sink in. But the A400M is allowed to fly on grass as well, even though it is the opposite of light. That's partly also because of these 6 landing gears that help spreading out the weight to a bigger surface area. Other planes, though, definitely wouldn't be able to fly here. It's an interesting idea for the holiday program. Maybe EasyJet would be genuinely a little bit interested. How about instead of bringing the guests to a big airport, you can bring them to the holiday destination already. Let's go ahead and land. We're a little bit faster, and that might just help us not. I don't know if that's gonna help us, to be honest. Let's go. I can see the runway. They have it's marked out with some orange things. All right, we need a touchdown. All right, that was actually kind of nice. All right, there we go. We have done it. The A320 has landed on sand, and it's not actually sinking in. that might be because the flight simulator isn't necessarily realistic. Now there we go, we have actually been able to stop miraculously, and the EasyJet passengers are very happy to have arrived here. Now it is true, this beach sort of more or less resembles more like a dried lake bed or something. It's very hard sand, which is why cars can drive on it with genuine ease. No f did they do here? And they do like car shows here as well, which is kind of cool. So there is a chance we wouldn't actually sink in. So there we go. Now, imagine this, we've just landed, let's try to take off again, and this is where we definitely will run into issues because of the FOD. I think we can try to take off, but I think after this landing, with especially having the reverse thrust deployed, which you really needed to do, we would have sucked in so much foreign object debris, FOD. Sand that's kicked up is super abrasive. It will damage propellers and jet compressors especially very quickly. With this thing sucking up debris, sand, it's not gonna go well for long at all. It might just break right away, or at least cause compressor stalls. I mean, there is very much a reason why the Airbus A380 only has reverse thrust on the inner engines, and on the other engines it doesn't, because these sometimes hang over grass and can suck in debris. You really wouldn't want this to happen. No, in real life we would have fried our A320, but that doesn't bother us too much. Let's go ahead and see if we can take off again. What I think is really cool about the Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 is that it really does the marks relatively well. And there we go. I think we can like maybe drift. I think they do have a little bit of like realism in there. Oh, okay, that was a bit too much drift. Oh god. Okay, the thing is, this is not necessarily completely flat. Let's go ahead and take off again. Full power into these engines, which are probably very much broken by now. Holy moly, that's a lot of... I wonder how much cloud a 777 makes. Let's go full power. All is looking good. And yeah, we gain speed to a tolerable amount. We don't have any issues with traction here or anything, but let's go and see if we can dodge the fence. Come on. Yeah, and we can. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. So, according to the runway length, this should work. Kind of worries me is like bigger planes like the A330, and especially stopping it, because we struggled quite a bit on the A320. Obviously, we are lacking traction here now on the sand, so brakes are really ineffective, and I really wouldn't want to... Let's maybe try to use no reverse thrust. You know, is that a good idea? Let's not do that. We're a little fast though, but you know, I want to see. Maybe we can fly with it. Maybe we can, if we don't have reverse thrust running, we might actually not break the engines. So this is good. Holy shoot. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and go full power into the braking, which works relatively well, to be honest. Yeah, now that is fine. We will definitely need most of the runway and most of the braking power. It's pretty crazy. We're going all in on the brakes, and it's really struggling a little bit. But we've managed to stop. Now, I'm pretty sure we will be able to take off again, right? Oh, yeah, that is taking a bit of a while now. Oh, wow, that is a lot of browning happening behind us. You can't see much, and you can actually see that we're sinking into the sand a bit deeply now. All right, and we do need quite a lot of runway, but there we go. No trouble at all. In theory, even with the added friction of the sand, I don't see the issue. Not bad. Oh, wow. What in the world? Now, maybe 747. Oh, wow. What is the wing flex on the 747-8 is absolutely insane. You know what? Maybe this could actually work. Like, apart from you breaking the jet engine, we've got so many landing gears here. I know this is a very heavier... Okay, maybe this won't work. On a dried lake bed, this would work. I'm really unsure. Let's go ahead and land this airplane. We might actually need reverse thrust, though. Oh, great Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, you're still broke. All right, let's try to do a smooth landing for once on a beach. Okay, and we're good. That wasn't a smooth landing at all. Great, let's go full power into the reverse thrust. Let's go ahead and stop the airplane now. Yeah, looking good. Instead of... The reverse thrust just doesn't work here. This is the default 747 in the Microsoft Flight Simulator. That's funny. Hey, but we're able to stop a little bit. Nearly. Yeah. And even if something went wrong, to be honest, there would have been fire trucks and friendly people with whip. That's a big gun. Yeah, so everybody, the hidden beach runway in Denmark, you can go there now. It's only used for exercises and next week when the war breaks out. I think there's a big problem here, fuel. Don't really know where you're getting that from. And thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow as always. Good night.
The special thanks goes out to my members, my supporters, Guns Killer, R27, James DeRom, That Dude, Anime Gods of Gaming, Derek, Insider Plane, Nishijutsu Finder, Professional Jamal, Ryland Williams, and New the York. You've got beautiful names.